Welcome to today's Tea Time audio story. It's time to slow down, take a deep breath, and enjoy a moment just for you. As you sip your favorite tea, let your mind drift into the world of stories, where imagination comes alive and anything is possible. Listening to audio stories isn't just entertaining, it's also a wonderful way to relax, spark creativity, and improve your English in a natural and enjoyable way. Stories have the power to transport us to far-off places, introduce us to new characters, and remind us of life's little lessons. So whether you're here to unwind, learn something new, or simply enjoy a quiet escape, this is your time. Get comfortable, let your worries melt away, and allow today's story to take you on a journey. Let the magic begin. Leanna wasn't sure when it started. Maybe it was the way Noah listened, really listened, when she spoke. Or the way he laughed at her jokes, even the awkward ones. Maybe it was the quiet moments, the comfortable silences that didn't feel heavy or strained. Or maybe it was the way he looked at her, like he saw her. Not just her face, not her body, but her. And it scared her. Because if it was real, it meant being vulnerable. And if it wasn't, it meant breaking all over again. The confession came unexpectedly. They were walking by the river, a path they had taken countless times, talking about books and music, about the small things that filled their days. The sky was streaked with soft pinks and oranges, the water reflecting the fading light. Noah paused, his gaze on the horizon. Leanna. She turned, sensing something heavier in his voice. Yeah. He hesitated, like he was choosing his words carefully. There's something I've been meaning to say. Her heart stumbled. Okay. He turned to face her fully, his hands in his pockets. I care about you. More than I probably should. The words hung between them, thick and fragile. Leanna froze, her breath caught somewhere between hope and fear. Noah. But he held up his hand, stopping her. Let me finish. I don't want you to think this is about anything other than who you are. It's not about how you look. It's not about how you've changed. It's about you. The way you think, the way you care, the way you fight for yourself, even when it's hard. His voice faltered, but his eyes were steady. You're one of the strongest people I've ever met, and that's why I love you. The words broke over her, powerful and terrifying. She felt exposed, raw. She wanted to believe them. She wanted to let herself feel them. But the fear was louder. You don't have to say anything, Noah said quickly, sensing her hesitation. I needed you to know. Leanna opened her mouth, but no words came. She didn't know how to trust it. Didn't know how to trust herself. So she nodded. A small, broken nod. And they kept walking, but the silence between them wasn't as easy as before. That night, Leanna lay awake, Noah's words circling her thoughts. I love you. Words she had longed to hear. Words she had feared. Because love meant risk. It meant letting herself be seen. Completely. And what if he was wrong? What if he only loved the version of her he thought he saw? The strong, determined girl who was always moving forward? What if he didn't see the parts she still struggled with, the fears, the doubts, the shadows that still lingered? And deeper still, what if she didn't deserve it? She brought it to Claire in their next session, her voice thick with confusion. He said he loves me, she confessed, her fingers twisting in her lap. And I don't know how to believe him. Claire nodded, calm and patient. What makes it hard to believe? Leanna swallowed. Because I'm not sure if he really knows me, if he really sees me, or if he just sees who I'd become. And if he does. Leanna hesitated. Then what if it's not real? What if I let myself believe and it falls apart? Claire's gaze softened. Love is a risk. It always is. But it's also about trust. Trusting him, yes. But more importantly, trusting yourself. Trusting that you are worthy of being loved. Leanna blinked hard, her throat tightening. But what if I'm not? Claire reached forward, her voice steady. You are. Just as you are. The words felt too big to hold, but Leanna tucked them away, hoping one day they'd feel true. She met Noah again the next day, unsure of what she would say. Unsure if she could say anything at all. But he didn't push. He didn't ask. He just smiled, patient, kind, and they walked. In silence. In conversation. In the comfort of each other's presence. And somehow, that said enough. But the fear didn't disappear. It lingered, whispering doubts. It told her she wasn't enough. That love was for someone else. Someone better. And she hated that she believed it. So she started small. She let Noah see her on the hard days, when her confidence faltered, when her reflection felt cruel. She let him see her in silence, in uncertainty, in the moments she wanted to hide. And he stayed. Quiet. Steady. Present. He didn't try to fix her. Didn't try to change her. He just held space for her. And somehow, that mattered more than words. One evening, as they sat by the river, Leanna spoke. Her voice was small, but it didn't waver. I'm scared, she admitted. I'm scared of being loved. I'm scared of believing it. Noah didn't flinch. I know. And I'm scared that you only love the strong parts. The parts that look like progress. He shook his head gently. I love all of you, Leanna. Even the parts that are still healing. Maybe especially those parts. Tears stung her eyes, but she let them fall. Let them be seen. Let herself be seen. And Noah didn't look away. That was when it started to feel real. Not perfect. Not easy. But real. Because love wasn't about being flawless. It wasn't about weight or strength or appearance. It was about being seen. And still being loved. And maybe, Leanna thought, she could start to believe that she was worth it. Thank you for joining today's Tea Time story. We hope you enjoyed this journey into the world of imagination and storytelling. Whether it made you smile, sparked a new thought, or simply gave you a moment to relax, we're grateful to have shared this time with you. Thank you for listening and being part of our story time. Keep dreaming, keep imagining, and we'll see you again for another magical tale soon. Until next time, take care and happy listening.